Congratulations to Rick Moog, Jim Spencer, and Frank Creegan from your POGIL community for receiving the American Chemical Society's 2015 James Flack Norris Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Teaching of Chemistry on November 12th. We have all been touched and inspired by their drive, dedication, and vision, and appreciate all they have done and continue to do to champion student-centered education. In that spirit, we want to share a recent conversation with Rick, Jim, and Frank about how POGIL got started and how it has grown into the groundbreaking educational approach it is today.
I was using the POGIL, what became POGIL, the guided inquiry materials in general chemistry, while I was still doing a more traditional approach in the physical chemistry class. And I remember really distinctly having this experience at the board in the physical chemistry class where I was thinking, well, I now know that most of this is just a waste of time, but there's nothing else I can do because there aren't any activities yet. So I guess I'll just keep doing this even though I know it's not very useful.
We ran this experiment. We covered the same material. He used POGIL materials and I used the traditional method, and his students did better than my students did.
I never found any students that had any gripes about what was going on in the classroom. They never ever said, this seems kind of silly. What they always said was, wow, it's fun to come back and work in the group. And it's the students really that make it go.
They're accustomed to being told exactly what they're supposed to know and then saying that back on exams. And so there are students who have a lot of difficulty adjusting to this idea that they're supposed to figure things out. Right? We recognized that if we wanted this to be something that was lasting, that just having a core group of 5 people essentially doing all the workshops, managing everything, doing all the work wasn't going to be sustainable.
So we ended up being mentors to several generations of POGIL classroom and laboratory facilitators.
The very first summer, immediately, we started having people who we weren't expecting show up at these events. I think it's very nice for the Northeast section to honor the work that the POGIL project and the underlying other projects we've worked in have done to recognize that we've made some impact on chemistry education. It's very nice, and I think it's a really nice recognition of all of the people who are involved in the POGIL project and all the work that they have done.
So that ought to be one of the major things that comes from recognition in this, is that it's okay to do this because some of the best people in the country are doing it.
Mm-hmm. It's an ACS seal of approval, in a way, so
yeah,
it's really great.
Yeah.